Alright. Can you see me? Alright. Sorry, my head's bad, baby. Hey, what's going on, Freedomers? I wish I had my gold card on me so I could show you guys. But yeah, I might go back. I'm gonna show you guys because I know this live is gonna I'm gonna show you guys because I have my data is free. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys some of my downloads, put them on my YouTube channel. How I manifested my home, getting out of homelessness. One of the things, like I was saying on the live last night, is belief works. And this morning I woke up and I had a slight battle with myself with my old conditioning and what my old conditioning and who I wanted to be. And my spirit was like my old programming, not even my spirit, but my old programming was like, you know what, we're gonna go be homeless, we're gonna go sleep on the street because I don't have the 150. And I told him, I was transparent with him. I said, before I came here, I was homeless. And I said, and he said, one thing I love about him is that he said he's about helping people. So I'm gonna make sure he's good. I'm gonna do right by him. And he's an Aquarius, and I know Aquarius very well. Or for the most part. And I asked myself, why would you take your pride and go be homeless when you can do what you need to do and have a place to stay? And I was like, you know what, why don't you just ask him? Hey, can I pay you the 125? Instead of telling him like, hey, I don't have the 150. Can I pay you 125 this week and 175 next week? And he said that's fine. And I passed it to after immediately. When I was in front of him talking to him here for this couch, I was like, my pride was up. And I was like, my pride was up, and I was like, I'm gonna wait to make this $25. And everything in me was not allowing me to manifest my $25. And I was like, I had to surrender to my pride and say, if he is who he is, if he's cool like he say he is, if he's cool like he say he is, he gonna accept this 125 and I'm paying next week or before Friday. And the clock is ticking, so I'm not even gonna zone out no more. Fuck that distraction shit. I made a vow to myself to pay this rent, and it ain't much. And as you see here, I went to go get my gold card. The fuck? I'm so happy and thankful that I paid my rent, my Airbnb, and travel for the 6th of the month, and I got a private room, which I did. And I paid my rent and travel with ease. It is close to the West End, which is, and it's 25 minutes away, and Street Brazil. And I wrote it on August 31st, and it's manifested September 6th. And I learned that today's the 4th, so it happened 2 days before, so that's how I know I'm in the frequency. But if I would have let go of my pride, if I would have had my pride up, I wouldn't be walking to the gym for the first time in a month as a free man, meaning not homeless, chilling, you know what I'm saying? And I thought to myself, like, why have so much pride about being homeless? Like, what, and what I learned, that's what I told the Aquarius last night. I was telling her in my free masterclass, I was like, yo, when your heart is conditioned from a certain circumstance, sometimes no matter how logical, depending on how, because when you don't surrender, because that's what you have to do, when you don't surrender to the instructions of your mind of saying, hey, I want to have a home, and you're sleeping in the bed, you be tripping out like, I'ma chill, I'ma go be homeless. I said, for what? For what, bro? For what's there for you as you sleep on the street? What's there for you? And I had to surrender my pride and my ego and say, I'm gonna go be homeless for $25. Because if I would have left, I said all I was short is $25. I'd be like, for what though? What's there for you? And I had to realize, because the universe sent me in an Aquarian as my landlord. So the universe was saying, detach yourself and be social and ask. Because my Leo rising will be very prideful and say, oh, I need to have the $25. I need to show I'm a man. But I am a man because I have the money. And I said, hey, would you be open to me sending you to 125 right now, since 126, and that's all I had in my bank account. And I said, hey, would you be open to me giving you 125 this week? I did the calculations correctly, and I said, sending you one. Look at that butterfly. Come on, talk heavy to me, God. Talk heavy to me. Talk heavy to me. Talk heavy. Ooh, talk heavy. Talk heavy. Talk heavy. Ooh, you talking heavy, God. Talk heavy. Look at God. Wow, I made the right decision. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God. Wow. Wow. Look at God. 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 But anyway, but yeah, look at God. Look at God. Won't she do it? Yeah. So that was just a butterfly, and that's the second butterfly since I've lived there that I've seen, and that means that transformation is about to seriously happen. I'm about to go hard fucking body on my social media. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I declare and decree I'm paying that rent every single week ahead of time, and I'm paying that rent. Ooh, I love paying my rent. I love it. I love paying my rent. I love it. But you know, I'm so thankful that I didn't listen to my pride and my ego and my old programming that wanted to defend being homeless, because I said, why? And he said, that's fine. I cashed up to him, and he said, you could live here as long as you want to, as long as you pay the rent every week. And that means I could live there until I get my house set up and all that. And I just got to be detached and mind my business and put in the work. And And because I'm a real secluded guy, I don't do a lot. I be minding my business. I don't fuck with nobody. I don't fuck with nobody. So yeah. And yeah, I'm just thankful. I did a lot of streamer Z, and I ain't gonna lie to you, the full moon did it. I wrote that energy on that Piscean full moon, 333. Woo! Get in there, work. Get in, work. And yeah, I'm just happy and thankful, you know, because that's how I know when I said I'm not the same person. I'm not. And what's crazy is that when I came down here the first time when I was homeless, I didn't have no glasses either. That's the wild part. That's the wild part. I didn't have no glasses. My glasses broke. And I guess I take it as the same metaphor like I saw last time. It's time to see differently. It's time to have a new vision of yourself. And I put a deposit on my glasses, and they holding it for me. But I'm so happy and thankful that I pay my rent every single week ahead of time. And like I woke up this morning with the thought, and I said, yo, it's not that it's impossible, it just hasn't been done before. I'm a virgin to it. So now I'm not a virgin anymore because I paid my rent for the first time with my social media sales, and I'm so happy and thankful. And in the words of David Imiante, he says, the reason why you want to say I'm so happy and thankful now that is because you're trying to achieve the state. You're not necessarily just trying to achieve the material things, because you could achieve the material things, but you're still not happy and grateful. You need to stay in a state of being happy and thankful or grateful but despite condition, because if you lose it, you're not gonna be depressed and let it be the source. Let it make you understand that it is the source. You are the source, and that's how I understand it. I just understand I am the source. And you know, one thing that I had an associate try to put on me is, you're gonna stay there. It said the same shit all over again. Oh, you're gonna be out there longer because you know it's hard and the conditions this and the conditions that. And you know, one thing you gotta do when you know what? I'm gonna do that to my class. One thing you gotta do when you are vibing high, or you go into a new vibration, is you gotta cut off all old associations. And you know, he paid for his rent, and I paid for mine like a normal adult. And I was like, yo, one thing you gotta do is you gotta really have to respect your flash of inspiration. And here's something that I think is gonna change my life, that Jeff Bezos says. He said, stress only comes or is a result of not doing the things that you know you're supposed to do. And I think that's going to be a huge shifter in my life. And I'm going to write that. I'm going to remind myself of that. Like, stress is only a result of you not doing what you supposed to do. And if I didn't do that flat, like when I tell you, I was sitting on that park bench, like and what's crazy is that I feel like I wasn't even going before I go there. I was sitting on that park bench, like conflicted within myself because I didn't know where I was. I said, I was trying to listen to my spirit when it said, get a place and we want you to feel the feeling. And the reason why this is so important to feel the feeling of, meaning when David Imiante says, if you don't go to a car lot, you don't go to buy the suits or wear it, even not even just buy it, but just wear it. Sit in the car, smell the leather. And when Jerry said, what if you go there and people laugh at you, and you tell your friends and they laugh at you, or you don't want to go because you think you're being a fake, or you're just starting for the gram or something like that. He said, then you don't really believe. I can't tell you how true that is. How true that answer is. You don't really believe. You don't really have no faith on the fact that it can happen for you. So when I pulled the trigger and I was like, I saw this house. I was like, I like the review on there. He's real dope. And I was like, fuck it. And I pulled the trigger. And when I pulled the trigger, it opened up an opportunity for me. We have a place to stay for a week for $125, way less than what some people are charging out there. No, not way less. It's really like $15, like $25. But enough that I can afford. And I pulled the trigger. I put it all in that bitch. I said, here, all money in my bank account. And I'm gonna work hard on my shit. For real, I'm not gonna have no distractions. Like even my automatic trauma came up this morning. We dead in that bullshit. We not having that bullshit no more. And I'm getting to this healing work. I'm getting to this chanting work. Man, it's not a joke, bro. I did the visualization. I stayed focused, bro. And it happened for me. And he's really about helping people, you feel me? I appreciate that. I'm going to make sure he's taken care of. I'm going to make sure I pay that rent ahead of time. I'm going to make sure I pay, if I can, a month ahead of time, if I can. And I just got to make sure, I just wake up early. I do what I say I'm going to do. I chant. I do all the inner vibrational work because now I'm not going to go get a house for rent because I don't need to anymore. And but yeah, I'm just happy and thankful, man.